Welcome, lost soul, to Midnight Terrors. Here, reality frays at the edges, and the stories we tell have teeth. If you dare, subscribe and hit the bell. You might need the warning when the darkness comes crawling. Share these tales with those who can handle the fear, or those you want to scare into sleepless nights. The journey into the unknown starts now. Hold on tight. You may not make it back. Every university has its traditions, its myths whispered over coffee and in the dark corners of campus libraries. But at Graywood University, those whispers held an unusual weight. Beneath the ivy-covered walls of Graywood University, beyond the textbooks and lecture halls, lies a chilling secret no one dares speak of. Whispers echo of a hidden society, an ancient brotherhood bound by blood, forbidden rituals, and a sinister book said to hold the power to control fate itself. Students vanish, names are erased, and those who dare to seek the truth are never the same. Tonight, we uncover the terrifying truth behind. The stories told of a group older than the university itself, said to have been founded during the university's construction in 1812. Some claimed they met deep beneath the university in the abandoned tunnels, their faces obscured by masks carved from human bone. Others whispered of strange rituals conducted in the shadows, of students who vanished, and of the Blood Book, an ancient leather-bound tome said to hold the society's true power. No one knew who was in the society. Names were never spoken aloud, and faces were always hidden. They moved in shadows, leaving behind only faint whispers and unanswered questions. Members were chosen without warning, marked by a single chilling message that would appear without explanation, slipped under a dorm room door, or left folded inside a book no one had touched for decades. The ink is written in blood. Meet us where the walls weep. That's how it began for Eliza Hartwell. The moment she read those words, her fate was sealed, whether she knew it or not. Eliza was an ambitious history major, obsessed with the strange architecture of Graywood's original buildings, particularly the old clock tower, which, according to legend, had never been restored because anyone who tried went mad. Late one night, as she pored over dusty maps in the library, she found an envelope tucked inside a forgotten book on 19th-century campus rituals. The note inside chilled her. The ink is written in blood. Meet us where the walls weep. Curiosity warred with fear, but Eliza couldn't resist. That night, she followed the instructions, tracing the old steam tunnels beneath the university until she reached a chamber where moisture dripped steadily from the walls, where the stones themselves seemed to bleed rust-red streaks. There, waiting in the gloom, were figures cloaked in black, their faces hidden by bone-white masks. They spoke in whispers, their voices strange and layered, as if many spoke at once. Eliza's heart raced as they presented the Blood Book, a massive, tattered volume, its pages brittle with age and stained with something dark and sticky. One of them opened the book, revealing pages filled with strange symbols and names. Names Eliza recognized: professors, deans, and students. Some had been reported missing, others had quietly transferred or retired, and some had died under mysterious circumstances. The leader, an imposing figure with a mask shaped like a screaming skull, spoke. "To learn is to suffer. To know is to bleed. If you seek knowledge, you must offer a price." They handed her a blade. The room seemed to pulse with the promise of power, but Eliza felt a cold dread coil in her chest. She refused the blade, backing away. The society members hissed in unison, and the walls themselves seemed to close in, the moisture on the stone shimmering red like fresh blood. Eliza fled, barely escaping the tunnels, but the visions haunted her. Her nights were filled with dreams of the Blood Book opening itself, its pages flipping wildly, her own name appearing in dark ink that dripped and spread like an infection. She tried to warn others, but the faculty dismissed her, and students who listened soon grew distant, their eyes glassy, their smiles too wide. One day, as she prepared to leave campus for good, Eliza noticed something horrifying. Her own handwriting scrawled across a paper she didn't remember writing. "The ink is written in blood. Meet us where the walls weep." Her own initiation had begun. And as the clock tower struck midnight, its bell tolling like a death knell, Eliza knew she could never escape the hidden society of secrets, or the Blood Book that now knew her name. She could have walked away. She could have burned the message, buried the whispers, and pretended the darkness wasn't clawing at her door. But curiosity has a gravity all its own. And for Eliza, it was irresistible. She chose to give in, to lead, or perhaps to survive. Because in the end, what choice did she have? The society had a saying, etched into the pages of the blood book, whispered through clenched teeth in the dark. To learn is to suffer. To know is to bleed. If you seek knowledge, you must offer a price. Eliza knew she would pay that price, and deep down, she feared it would cost her more than she could ever imagine. This is the story of the university's hidden society of secrets, and it's far from over.